Please welcome to the stage Executive Vice President and General Manager, Intuit QuickBooks, Sasan Goodarzi.
Wow. Well, good morning. I'm so thrilled to be with you today. You know, this event is a celebration of you. It's a celebration of your dreams, and it's a celebration of your passion. And whether you are an accountant, bookkeeper, an app developer, a plumber, or a hairstylist, whether you started your business 35 years ago, or if you're starting your business today and you're here to be inspired, whether you have 100 employees or where you work for yourself, whether you have 50 locations or your location is your garage, you all have one thing in common, and that's that you work for yourself, you have grit, and you are very resilient. And no matter what life throws at you, you do not back down. If you work from 5 to 9 o'clock at night, you make time for your kids, and whatever comes your way, you will not back down. In fact, you do so many hacks and workarounds, you make MacGyver proud. And I'll tell you this, that I have a very special feeling and love for the resiliency and the grit that you all have. When I was 9 years old, we moved to the United States. My father had just passed away. I have two older brothers. The older one had just gotten an engineering degree, and the job market was terrible, so he couldn't find a job. And so we had to find a way to make money. And what he did was he chose to get into the food business, importing food to the United States as a wholesaler. And I will never forget the nights at home when he used to talk about how hard it is to find customers, how hard it is to actually get customers to pay on time, customers that he wouldn't pursue to ask them to pay because he was afraid we would lose them, how hard it was to actually get the proper service and products at the right price, and actually finding workers that showed up to work not intoxicated. And I'll tell you that that taught me how hard it is to be in business for yourself. But it's also very, very exhilarating. But we also face a lot of change. I mean, you heard from Brad the changes that he has had to lead through in his entire life and his teachable point of views. So what I want to spend a few minutes on is actually talking about the change that we are all facing. The largest living consumer segment right now is the millennials. These are folks that have grown up with the internet, social networks, and mobile devices. 25% of the world are kids 14 years and younger. And they actually don't know anything other than how to operate a smartphone, how to download apps and delete apps. In fact, they don't buy or shop online unless their friends recommend it and they've liked it on Instagram. They talk to Siri and give it commands. And now these days, they're talking to Alexa, Google Home, and they're giving commands, and if they don't get what they want instantaneously, they walk away from it. That's a very different world of customers that we have to serve today, but it's only going to accelerate tomorrow. There is an entirely new world where one day you're a competitor with the same person or company that you are a partner, hence the word coopetition. And I'll share with you two different dimensions that many of you are experiencing, but just as a reminder of how fast the world is changing. First of all, businesses that start today, they have an opportunity to put their idea on Kickstarter. And they'll actually know if their idea is a good one or not, and they'll come into this space with funding. And if their idea is not a good one, they'll go find the next one. They can set up their site same day. They can hire workers from all around the world through Upwork, and they can get paid across the states and across borders same day, enabled by Stripe or PayPal. So they're coming into the world much more fierce with their products and how they access customers. They can do it all in one day. Then you've got these mega platforms where you're selling your products on these platforms, whether it's Amazon or Alipay that's based out of China, that one day you're selling your products, but the other day your customers are comparing you to others. So the world is rapidly changing. Artificial intelligence is completely changing the world. It's happening right now as we speak. And with the convergence of these 14-year-olds that are going to grow up and work and artificial intelligence, we're going to see massive changes month after month and year after year. A couple of examples. Let's talk about self-driving cars. You've got Google, you've got General Motors, you've got Uber, you've got companies, startups that are very well funded that most of us have not heard about. Zoox is one of them, Z-O-O-X, look them up. They are using artificial intelligence to make cars that are safer than what any human being can do. And they are using billions and billions of data points to stay on the road, be safe, know where there's a stoplight coming, parallel park, and they're working on flying cars. It's here today. Artificial intelligence is being applied to healthcare. I just met a company 2 weeks ago. Their name is Verily. They're actually owned by Google. And they are applying artificial intelligence in multiple areas. I'll use cancer as an example in terms of what they're doing. We all know there isn't a cure yet for cancer. However, what they have done is they have studied, because it's a machine, they have studied every type of cancer and every type of information report there is on cancer from every doctor. It studies every single day all the treatments that are out there, which ones work best for which type of cancer and what stage that it's in. And it is today giving you the right treatment right off the bat better than any doctor, and the survival rate of their clients are far better than the best doctors around the world. So let's spend a few more minutes on artificial intelligence. There has been massive innovation over the years. But there's been a few platforms of innovation that has completely changed the world. Electricity. Many of us probably don't remember, but if you don't, you can look it up. Prior to electricity, how you cooked food was very different. Access to water, you had to go to wells. There was no tools to build homes or build whatever it is that you needed to build. When that electricity was invented, it fundamentally changed everything because it became a platform for innovation. How you cooked, access to water, the tools that we have to build homes, cars, everything changed across the globe. Think back to the internet. Before the internet existed, how you engaged to find your friends and family, how you found the best products at the best prices, everything changed when the internet came about. It's changed everything, and there's been years and years of innovation because of the internet. Artificial intelligence is that next platform that's going to create massive, massive change. And it's happening right now, and what we are going to find is it's significantly going to accelerate. That's where QuickBooks comes in. We have your back. Our entire platform is built on data applying artificial intelligence to deliver three things: to put more money in your pocket, to eliminate work and drudgery so you can focus on your practice, your business, and spend your time where you want to spend it, and to do it in such a way that builds total confidence. How? We have 7 million plus customers using the QuickBooks platform. We have 500,000 accountants that are on the platform. We have 5,000 developers outside of our four walls building on the platform. We have over $2 trillion that go in and out of the platform, which means we have access to 30 billion data sources of yours and partners that we anonymize and allows us to apply artificial intelligence to drive massive innovation. Let me talk about 3 areas of innovation on our platform that will deliver more money in your pocket over time, eliminate work, and do it in such a way where you have confidence in everything that you are doing. I'll paint the picture of what we're trying to do, and then I will demo what's already been in market a few months and or what we are announcing today at QuickBooks Connect. I actually can't see any of you, so I hope you're all still here. Let me start with smart connections. Oh, thank you for the lights. I can see everyone. You're still here. So you are in the people business. Your business is dependent on great customers, great vendors that give you quality services and products at the right price, workers and employees that you depend on. 40% of our customers are now hiring workers and not full-time employees. We are creating a global network that will connect you to all the right people to run your business, your time, and your practice. We will bring the power of the millions of customers that are on our platform at your service to drive your prosperity, because we want you to be successful. So imagine when you are looking for a worker, we will connect you to workers. You'll be able to look at their expertise. You'll be able to see the reviews of workers to hire qualified workers that are going to be right for you. We will give you insights if you are paying too much for a service or a product, so you can either choose to negotiate with your current vendor or we'll connect you to the right one. We will find you customers to drive growth because we know what customers are looking for on the platform and we know who provides them. That's the vision of what we are creating. One of the most important connections is actually connecting those that work for themselves to accountants and bookkeepers. And our goal is to make a connection just like connections that are made on LinkedIn, because there's almost a 100% increase in success rate when we connect self-employed and small businesses to accountants and bookkeepers. And on our platform, we are creating the one place where accountants can do everything. Let's first hear from Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy Allen, and I'm the founder of System 6 Bookkeeping. Our clients being successful, our clients being profitable, our clients having a great experience with bookkeeping and accounting, that value drives us. Doing excellent work drives us. Being profitable for us and our clients drives us. So when we find clients to serve, it's a great fit because they trust us to make great recommendations on technology and best practices and processes, and yet we're custom tailoring that to that client. They embrace technology. They love what they do. You know, we've talked with Sammy and Cody at the Fat Hen. They're master craftsmen at what they do. We would like to think that we also are master craftsmen in the bookkeeping and accounting world, and we look for clients that's a fit.
The Fat Hen is a lunch and brunch restaurant. We specialize in Benedict's, egg bakes, coffees, lattes, mimosas.
My husband Cody is the creative force behind what we do here. I handle more of the front of house and administrative side of things.
Jeremy takes care of a lot of things that on the flip side would be very distracting for me. Taking care of those things, it actually allows me to really hone in on what I do here and what I do really well here for my guests.
They trust us with the very important underpinnings of their business, all of the financial inner workings. I mean, they embody the ideal client for us. Tell us what the best processes and practices are and help us implement those. They're trusting us as their travel guide to navigate through the forest, through the jungle, and say, this is the app you need, here's how we want to set up payroll, everybody needs to be on direct deposit, this is the best, most efficient way we can serve you. They're able to focus on what they're best at. They trust us to do their bookkeeping and accounting and to be masters of our tools. And we turn around and say, we know Intuit cares. We know that they're listening to the feedback we give them As we've grown to 150 clients, as we've grown to a team of 15, there's a lot of payrolls to run. There's a lot of bills to pay, and clients trust us to get that right. So yeah, we can't miss those deadlines, and we need something like the Work tab in QBOA to help bring that into focus. Now when we log into QBOA, we see clients and our team and our work that we need to do and the apps that we can connect. We know that Intuit, for better phrase, they have our back. They really care about it being a great tool for us to use and a great tool for our clients to use.
Now, yesterday, we went through a live demo of what we've created on our platform, the one place for our accountants and bookkeepers to be able to run their practice. For those of you that were not there, let me give a very quick highlight. What you can see here is within the platform, you click on the Work tab, and in one place, you have all the work that you are doing for your clients by day, by week, by month. And on the top right, what you can do is create more work. And what you can see, isn't that exciting? Yes, so when you show up to work, you know what you got to do. I know that's what our employees look forward to every single day. Now, the real cool thing, and by the way, you can see at the top, you can sort by client, you can sort by the name of the individual to see who has how much capacity. And then an example would be you can sort by the customer. So in this case, you pull up Jason Construction, and then you can go right into seeing what's due for this customer, when is it due, and who's actually working on it. By the way, this was designed by accountants for accountants. The other cool thing that we've heard from you, that we've delivered, that we heard yesterday you love, is that you can, in essence, go right from here. Let's say you have to run payroll for one of your customers. Let's say you have to review transactions that are due. You can now click right from here, and it will take you right to your client's books, right where the work is, and you no longer have to search for it. So this is an example of you click on it from practice management, and now you are in your client's books. That will save our accountants and bookkeepers a ton of time. We launched this 4 months ago, and you have told us that you love it. You've also told us where we need to improve. And the last several weeks, we've added a number of key features that you've asked for that Rich went through yesterday. This is the one place where you can do all of your work, books, taxes, payroll, and manage all of your customers. Let me talk about the Apps tab. So as you know, those that work for themselves use on average 17 applications. And we now have well over 500 applications on our App Store. What we've heard from you is that I'm not exactly sure which apps are right for which clients, which ones are recommended by my peers, other bookkeepers and accountants. And so what we have now created is what you can see here is an Apps tab. You can click on the Apps tab, and applying artificial intelligence, we bring to you the apps that are the most popular that are used by others. And you can, of course, search for whatever app that you are looking for. But what we've also done is put you, the accountant, in control. You can now provision, manage, and bill your clients. So you can set your clients up for all of the apps that are right for them. And of course, you get it at the right discount that's appropriate for accountants, and you get to, in essence, help your customers be successful. We are just launching this at QuickBooks Connect, and we've already heard from you that this is something that will solve a huge problem not only for you, but serving our customers. And last but not least, one of the things that we find very critical is to be able to connect those that work for themselves with accountants. When we connect a small business or a self-employed to our accountants, they're almost 100% more likely to succeed. So in essence, what we've created is something very similar to what most of you are familiar with, which is LinkedIn. In essence, this is the profile for accountants. You can go in and you can click on the Pro Advisor tab, and you can see your profile, the strength of your profile, how many leads that you have. You can share the work that you are the most interested in. And of course, for small businesses, that's not being showed here, it's a very easy app to go through and pick who you want closest to you that is right for you, and we make that match. Last year, we had 1 million small businesses that searched for an accountant on our platform. So this is an enormous opportunity to help you, accountants, grow your business, and it's a huge opportunity to fuel the success of small businesses and those that are self-employed. So that's just a summary of the vision of how we think about smart connections and what we have just recently launched. Every day, you have to make decisions to run your business. Sometimes it's on gut, sometimes it's on instinct. Sometimes you have to go through multiple different apps to put the picture together for yourself to understand what's the best decision. Which customer should you pursue? Are they going to pay you on time? Are you going to have enough money for payroll? Do you need money? Do you need to actually go borrow money? You make decisions like that every single day, calling your accountant and your bookkeeper to get their advice. Our vision is to create a world where you don't have to do any of that work, that we either proactively notify you and or you simply ask a question like you do from Siri, like when you talk to Alexa and Google Home. Now last year, if you remember, we showed that vision of the future. And half of you stopped me afterwards and said, that's inspiring. The other half, you know that emoji? That's what you gave me. So what I'd like to do is share with you what we've had live with 10,000 customers that in essence, they simply ask us questions and we answer their questions. And because it's on an artificial intelligence platform and we're applying machine learning, it gets better every single day. And now we are releasing it at QuickBooks Connect, and eventually it will be available for all QuickBooks customers. So let me give you a live demo. Do me a favor, don't use your phones, because I'm on the wireless network, and this is a live demo. So here we go. Demo gods. All right. So this is, you're in the app, you're in the self-employed app in this case, and you can see there's this little chat box. And when you open it, it recognizes, of course, who you are. And to get you started, even if you don't know what questions to ask, you can see that we've got some tabs up here of the most important questions that our customers have been asking. Now, let's say you know what questions to ask. What did I make in October? So you can see it specifically gives you the date range, your income, and your expenses. Now, it's contextually aware. This is like talking to a human being, and it's going to get better every day, so it'll recognize the next question that I'm going to ask. Compare that to October of last year. I don't see any transactions. Let's try that one more time. Compare that to October of last year. I don't see any transactions. Here, let me try this with closing the app and starting all over again to see if it'll work. Our customers have to do this once in a while. All right, here we go. Let's start over again. What did I make in October? Same thing came up. Compare that to October of last year. There we go. And so it's contextually aware, so it gives you the date range just to make sure that you know what it picked up in case it picked up the wrong, it did not recognize what you said. And it spells out your income and your expenses. Now, you can see at the bottom, we recommend things that you can, in essence, just click on if you don't know what the next question is to ask. So I want to know what my estimated taxes are. So let's click on that. So I owe over $5,000. Notice at the bottom, it actually tells you when it's due, which is one of the things we've heard from our customers is, when do I need to pay this? Now, I need to know, do I have enough money to pay for this? So let's see. Do I have enough to pay for that? Intuit Bank, $9,309. Now, I expected a lot more than this in the Intuit Bank. But we had to pay a lot of money for this conference. So what the hell did I spend all my money on? There we go. Now, if you have more specific questions, like you thought you spent a lot more money on, let's say, insurance, and you want to ask about it because you don't see it here, what about insurance? It tells you what you paid for insurance and why it didn't end up at the top. Now, these are general questions that our customers have been asking, but some of our customers are asking more specific questions. So let's say you're an Etsy user and you just increased price and you're actually trying to figure out how much income you've made since you increased your price. So let me ask a specific question. How much income have I made per month from April 7th to today? There you go. It gives you the exact date range, and it tells you the total income and how much it is per month. This applause, by the way, I hope all of our engineers that were streamed into all of our sites, I hope you hear the applause. This is for your amazing work. And designers and product managers. If I don't say that, I'm going to get a lot of feedback when I get back to the office. Now, 50% of our customers ask questions like that from the 10,000 customers that we've learned from. 25% of customers ask, how do I question? So this isn't just about the business. If you have a question around the product, you can ask it here. And 25% of customers do that. And then 25% of customers do what we all play around with Siri. And the questions are things like, do you love me? Tell me a joke. So, here we go. Do you love me? Let me like that. So, we are, on your behalf, very excited about this. And last year, this was a little bit of a dream. But we are leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to put you in a position where you don't have to search for the information. And we will begin to actually send you notifications of insights that absolutely matter the most. So hopefully you understand the vision of where we're going. And this is live in market. And by the way, you can play around with it in the gallery walk. All right. So money is your oxygen, right? Money is all of our oxygen. And one of the things that we know, and I experienced this firsthand, observing and watching my brother, is that over 2/3 of our customers get their invoices paid well after 60 days. over 70% of customers need money in their first 5 years of business, and only 20% can actually get access to money. And so our vision of what we are creating on our platform is to create a financial health, because we know your past, we know your present, and we know your future. We know your future because we actually know how many times you've invoiced, who you've invoiced, and we can look at your patterns to predict income, even if it's seasonal. So our vision is to create a platform where you have your financial health so you can get access to capital, whether it's buying a home, whether it's borrowing money for your business at the best rates possible, and to be able to get paid for the work that you do faster than you ever have before, and to be able to hold on to your money as long as possible, and when you hit pay, your employees can get paid the same day. Some of that is going to be in the gallery walk, so check it out when you leave. But that's our vision of what we're trying to create. But specifically what I want to talk about today is something that our teams have been working on for years for you, and that is giving you access to money. As I said earlier, 70% of customers need to borrow money to be able to survive, especially in their first 5 years. And only 20% of customers can actually get access to money because they don't have enough credit. And it's hard for financial institutions to, based on the data that they have, to be able to provide them a loan at a time that matters the most. Before I share with you what we are launching, let's hear from Anthony.
My name is Anthony Tubiolo, and the business is True Love Honey. I was working 3 jobs, driving a tractor trailer, driving a limousine, and working a farmer's market table. Somebody sent this kid to the table one day. He says, my dad's a beekeeper in town. He's got a year's supply of honey locked away in his shed, and he wants to know if you want to buy it. So I go there. I had $212. I purchased a case of it, went and sat on the side of the road with a hat, a chair, and a table, and I sold that honey. One day, a bank executive stopped that I knew. He recognizes me instantly. He just looked at me, and he said, Anthony, do you really think you're going to sell honey for the rest of your life under a tent? And, you know, the bottom fell out when he said that. This is one of those moments that I'll never forget, that guy looking at me, expecting me to fail. There's no way in the world that I'm going to give that guy the benefit or the opportunity to say, I told you so. It's just not going to happen. We had money to operate, keep things going at a small level, but not to grow. And so, you know, for us, no credit equals bad credit. I don't care what anybody says. If you got no credit, nobody wants to talk to you. One day I'm logging into QuickBooks, and a pop-up comes up and says, hey, would you like to have some cash, essentially? Could you use some money for extra inventory? And I was like, oh yeah, I could. So I clicked on it. I had $10,000 in less than 48 hours. And I think one page, click, click, click. It really was that easy. You want to talk about the importance of like QuickBooks Capital? It's getting equipment, it's getting the things that you need so that you can be efficient, which gives you time. And that's been the biggest thing. If you just show up and give it everything you've got, your business will present you with opportunities to grow, to become smarter, you know, to be that savvy business person. You talk about what you hope the business does. I hope it's a shining example to anybody to say, look, if I did it, you can do it too. Because my background is every man's background.
That is absolutely awesome grit and resilience. So we are very excited to launch QuickBooks Capital. In essence, we have been working for years to leverage the data and be able to apply artificial intelligence to be able to provide loans to almost 70% of customers that cannot get loans today. And it is as simple as what you heard from Anthony. And these are just a couple of screenshots. It's very personalized to you, so you will know how much you are able to borrow for. So in this case, you can borrow up to $25,000. If you're interested, literally you click Apply Now, and you can throttle back and forth how much money you actually want, but you can get upwards of $25,000. We make it extremely transparent for our customers, the total loan amount and the interest amount, and what that actually is on a yearly basis, because we are in a place where we want to back you and make sure that this is a loan that has the best rate. And if you're interested, we literally will do all the calculations, but know that we've already done it. That's why we've offered you the money. But we do this so you know that we're working on your behalf. And then we will come back within minutes whether or not you are approved or declined. And this is a screenshot of, you will have a dashboard that shows how many payments you've made, how many are left, and if you choose to accelerate payment, or if you choose to wait out and pay it on time. We are very excited to be able to put money in your pocket at a time that matters most. Let me end where I started. This event is a celebration of you. It's a celebration of your dreams. It's a celebration of your grit. It's a celebration of your resilience. And although we're gathered here today and with thousands and thousands that we're streaming this to, this is why we show up to work every single day. We have your back. We show up to work every single day to do three things for you: to find ways to put more money in your pocket, to eliminate drudgery work so you can focus on what you are great at and your passion, your business, and your practice, and do it in such a way that gives you a ton of confidence. And so as you heard from Brad, I want you to hear from me. We love you. We exist because of you. And we thank you for everything that you do every single day to drive this global economy. Thank you.